You want to start, Rusty, or you want me to start?
It doesn't matter. You want to
I
flip a
choose
coin?
first.
All right, Rusty, go ahead and start it up.
I feel so. I'm like Pikachu right now. Thank you, Ash. It's just like any other fighting game I've ever played with a story mode. This one is incredible. The ending, didn't see it coming. Crazy turn. But there again, it is just like every other fighting game I've played. It has its good points, its bad points. The best thing that I can see from Mortal Kombat X is it shows us the new characters that we are going to be able to play in future Mortal Kombats.
Like I was said, Mortal Kombat X, like most other fighting games I've played, the story is a little more cohesive, makes a lot more sense than most other fighting games. Usually it's just like, hey, there's a bad guy, let's go beat him up. This one actually makes sense of why I'm going to beat up a bad guy. Most of the familiar faces from Mortal Kombat's in there, so you'll recognize Raiden, Sonya, Jax, they're all there. And there's a lot of new faces that they're bringing in. It seems like this is going to be the route that Mortal Kombat's going from now on, because the other fighters are getting old and played out, kind of getting tired of seeing them, but you still do want to see them. So hopefully they do keep them in for a little bit longer, but they bring in the new faces, freshen things up, be cool.
The thing that I really liked is that the new fighters are the kids of the fighters we already love and play. And to me, that's just adding to the franchise of Mortal Kombat. You know, it's a story within a story. You know, like our fighters that we loved had kids. Now they're the fighters that we're going to love, maybe, don't know. As of right now, they're all great fighters. I think they did a really great job with implementing them into the storyline, showing backstory on all of them. Didn't actually play Mortal Kombat 9, but just jumping into Mortal Kombat 10. Not really too out of place. It does give you backstory, which for me helps me with the previous and current storylines. We actually have our characters 3 different fighting styles to choose from. So now instead of just fighting as the character utilizing all of their fighting styles, you can actually pick which one you want to focus on, like ninjutsu, or if you want to be really proficient with a bow or whatever, you can. And that's a great implementation. And I think that if you want to be super cheap, you can now, thanks to Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, I feel like with the new fighting types, where there's 3 different now, the moveset is limited per fighting style, so
Yeah,
it
so you
is
don't have to.
yeah, it's a lot easier to be cheaper. I feel like it turns the whole system into like a rock paper scissors kind of thing, where I got these 3 movesets, he's got these 3 movesets. Whichever one they pick, I can pick one to counter it, or they can pick one to counter me, or we can just pick and fight all day like we usually do anyway. For the game modes, you got your basic game modes. You got the King of the Hill battles, which is, you know, 1 versus 1, winner stays. And then you got the new game mode, which is like a living tower. You don't actually fight each other, but you compete against each other, fighting a tower, and you got to see who can get up the tower the fastest with the highest score. It's like single player, but it's really intense because you always got that competition of someone beating you. So it keeps it really competitive.
Team battles like a boner.
Everyone's got one. We just don't know how to use it. In all seriousness, we haven't played Team Battle, so we can't really elaborate too much on what it is.
Okay, so in Mortal Kombat X, they added a new feature called Faction War. So what happens, there are 5 factions. You have to pick your faction at the beginning of the game. So we have Special Forces, Black Dragon, Brotherhood of the Shadow, White Lotus, and Lin Kuei. So basically what happens is you pick your faction, you have a week, you all fight, you earn XP, that goes toward your faction. Story mode and online both contribute to your faction. At the end of that week, you will get a reward if your faction is the winner.
So as it stands right now, the Lin Kuei is in the lead for the faction war. Day 1, day 2, going into day 3 and 4, Lin Kuei is just dominating the leaderboards.
Those bandwagon, ninja-loving motherfuckers that they are, think they got everybody beat, but you know what? I think Special Forces is going to bring it back. I do. Holding it down to 6%.
We were really torn when it came to the rating of this game. Some of us love fighting games, some of us don't feel too strongly about them. But altogether, I think we're going to give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Comic
What do
relief.
we have left? Okay. With new characters, blah 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 blah. Filler, filler, filler. That's pretty much all that Floyd told me to say.
I didn't. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! I'm gonna kill myself.
Alright, this is what I'm gonna start it with. Faction War consists of the 5 factions. You got White Lotus, Brotherhood of Shadows, Black Dragon, Special Forces. Fuck! Special Forces? Alright, restarting that.
You're struggling so hard.
I was trying not to mess up Special Forces because my brain doesn't want to do that.
Dude, you're struggling so hard with like.
Alright, in Mortal Kombat X, they added a new feature called Faction War. Faction War is something that every player... God damn it! I quit! I'm done! Rusty, you do it!
Okay. Just.
Hey, Zoogoers. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, don't feed the animals.